I'm Todd John, and the name of my company is Playerspace. We're an online registration and sports program management system. I'm looking to provide as much value as I possibly can through the things that I love and have learned throughout my entire life, including recreational sports and just helping people play sports more often and more places with more enjoyment, and helping those who run those sports organizations really help them do the best job that they possibly can. We're pretty strong here in the southeastern North Carolina region, but we've got customers all over the country, from Parks and Recreation Department in Beaver, Utah, to football organizations and lacrosse organizations in Dallas, Texas, to a handful of customers in California, Chicago. So we're all over the country, and we're filling in that map pretty quickly, but we're definitely strongest here in the southeastern North Carolina region.
Good morning. This is a great time to be here and be one of these judges. I had so much fun working with my fellow judges as we met with all these great entrepreneurs. And today, of course, it's my honor to present Playerspace to all of you. And last week I met with Todd John, and the thing that came across so clearly is the passion. And you'll probably hear about passion a lot with entrepreneurs, but his passion came across so well, and he had the support of his wife, Hillary, through a chain of events that I'm going to talk to you about for just a moment. But the guiding principle of his company was to create an opportunity for sports where people, everyone that plays sports, can be recognized and can socially interact, and also to create an all-encompassing company that allowed you not only to set up the organization, but to create the schedules and manage the teams and do all those things necessary to have a great athletic team. But there's a little history that I want to share with you. And Todd was like 6 credits short of getting his master's degree. And he said, that's not what I want to do. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a bookbinding company. So he starts this bookbinding company in Northern Virginia, grows it to $1 million in sales, has a $500,000 a year cash flow, no debt to the bank. Sorry, Charlie. No debt to the bank. But he used his credit cards, ran all his credit cards up, and he took that business. But about that time, even though he had built it, some friends of his were getting involved with AOL. And AOL at that time was a really, big deal in the industry, and Todd decided he wanted to join his friends. And then what happens? He goes to work for AOL and ends up on that corporate paycheck, that addiction, big expense account, big paycheck, comfort zone. And he's going through all that for a few years. He and his wife, Hillary, said, we really don't want to live in Northern Virginia. He's going to New York and Virginia. And they came to Wilmington for a wedding. And they'd always wanted to live around the water. Well, that did it. So now they're going to live in Wilmington. They move here, and for the next 2 years, Todd's commuting up every week to Northern Virginia and back. That goes on for a while, and then he said, I'm not going to do that anymore. He really enjoyed AOL, but now he's got the tools to start working on his dream, which is Playerspace. He comes to Wilmington to start working on Playerspace. As a matter of fact, he built the business plan in about 2 weeks. Just as he gets here to really start working on that, a company in Greensboro calls him and says, hey, we need you to come be the CEO for us. We need all this help. And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. I am here in Wilmington. I'm going to do my thing. And they said, wait, we'll give you a big salary. We'll give you a big expense account. And by the way, you can work on Playerspace. We don't care. So this is what Todd does. For the next 4 years, he commutes to Greensboro, but every morning between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., he's working on Playerspace. Then he goes to Greensboro, works on that company, took it to one of the top companies in the country for what he was working on, and then finally he said, that's it. I am now going to come to Wilmington. I'm going to do my thing with Playerspace. And his wife, they had 4 children. Hillary says, I'll support you. Let's do it. I support what you want to do. And here he comes. He's gone from 3 accounts to 40. He's got all kinds of things going on in his company now that bode well for the future. So please join me in welcoming Todd John up here for the award in the industry, in the internet category.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Tom, for the introduction. It was wonderful. Our company, Playerspace, competes nationally, and our largest competitor is a division of Dick's Sporting Goods that has national reach. They're an $8 billion organization. Our second largest competitor is a $1 billion publicly traded company out of San Diego. But we're in that conversation with them. That's what we've done in the last few years. And there's a few thank yous in order. In no specific order, Pete Critali, who has helped me raise a little bit of money to actually make that happen, who said to me, it takes a village to raise a company, much like a child. And that's really what this little speech is about, a bunch of thank yous. Because sometimes, a lot of times, as an entrepreneur, all you have is someone else's belief in you. So to Chrissy Fry, who handles all of our customers, Michael Andreyko, my original business partner, my wife Hillary, who's been there throughout, really been there throughout. Kevin Lockamy, these are all folks that aren't necessarily here. Jeff Shane, our CTO, folks that have been there from the beginning. And again, it takes a village, and it really is all of ours that has helped us to get to this point, and I thank them all. Thank you.